Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much to our percussionists. Welcome to the opening session of UNCSA Homecoming 2023. My name is Sarah Kelly. I'm the Interim Director of Alumni Engagement. We're thrilled to see so many alumni, families, students, faculty, and staff members here for our relaunched Alumni and Family Weekend. We hope you enjoyed the campus tours and open houses today, and we look forward to much more tomorrow, including classes and workshops with our faculty, a block party on the Hill, campus homecoming parade, and alumni beaux-arts, which are great opportunities to show your pickle pride. Alumni, we are especially excited that you are here with us today. You're a vital part of our community here in North Carolina and all over the country and the world. We appreciate all you do in your careers, whether they're in the arts and entertainment industries or in another vital field. We thank you for the many ways that you help our students and graduates gain footholds after graduation, and we appreciate the countless ways that you make our city, state, country, and world more creative and more interesting. Can we do a quick roll call for some alumni classes celebrating milestones this weekend? So in the room, do we have anybody celebrating 10 years? Is there anybody from the class of 2013 tonight? No one. What about the class of 2003? Class of 1993? 83? All right. And finally, celebrating our Golden Pickle 50-year reunion, the class of 1973. Make some noise. We will spend some time tonight celebrating the class of 73 especially, but first my colleague Shannon Wright, Director of Development for Leadership and Family Giving, has a few words for the parents and family members in the audience.
Thank you, Sarah, and welcome pickle parents. Do we have some pickle parents in the room? Yay! I know a lot of folks weren't going to be able to make it till tomorrow, so I am very glad that you are with us here tonight. And as Sarah said, we're excited that all of you are here and grateful for the many that have decided to join us this weekend to celebrate our artists, the school, and all of the traditions that we have here, which hopefully now after this weekend, this will become one that we will do for many years. But I want to extend a special welcome to literally the hundreds of parents and family members that are going to be here throughout the weekend. It's just really great to see that. We haven't had a chance to have a family weekend in a while, so the excitement about this weekend was just really, really heartwarming to all of us. I'm a pickle parent myself, so I know what goes into raising an artist and all the ways that you have supported them throughout the years to get them to this point. So thank you for all that you have done in order to get them to this day. And we're grateful that these remarkable emerging artists chose to continue their academic and creative training here at UNCSA. This year carries with it a number of milestones for our school. It was 60 years ago, in 1963, that the legislature established the North Carolina School of the Arts, which opened 2 years later here in Winston-Salem. And it was 30 years ago that our university added its 5th art school, the School of Filmmaking. Our keynote speaker tonight was a student in the film school in the early days, graduating with a BFA in 1999. And now he is a member of the School of Filmmaking faculty, teaching undergraduate screenwriting. Please join me in welcoming Sean Harwell.
All right, settle. Thank you. So welcome. Thank you for visiting the University of North Carolina School of the Arts, be it for the first time in a while or for the first time ever. If you're in the latter category and you find yourself confused about why the word pickle appears so often in messages and branding from this school, or maybe why an institution that has no sports teams has a mascot to begin with, Congratulations, you now understand about 1/1000th of what it's like to be a student here. So what's it mean to be a fightin' pickle? Well, it encompasses quite a bit. There's hard work, dedication to a dream, understanding of process and the techniques of one's chosen passion and craft. There's failure, rejection, success, and recognition. Perseverance, community, and statues that kind of look like elephants if you stare at them long enough while standing at the exact right angle and no one else happens to be on them performing a Shakespearean monologue to no one or singing a line from that opera with a really, really high notes. If, like me, you hear those notes in your dreams and or nightmares, you are a pickle. It also includes being a pickle parent or grandparent, which means being a support pillar, a part-time therapist, motivational coach, probable eye roller, an occasional truth-adjacent teller. When you, for example, see your son's first real student film and discover that the entire story of said film, the very capstone project of a whole year's worth of academic rigor, intellectual exploration, and tuition, is about a guy who's addicted to Cheetos. And if such a film did exist, now is a good time to mention that it is definitely not in the school's archives or ever will be. And we will move on from that subject. Yes, I graduated from the School of Filmmaking in 1999, which is a year so cool that Prince wrote a song about it. Between that, the Y2K bug, and a little movie known as The Phantom Menace, it was kind of a mixed bag of a year, but one that was very important to me. I was in the third graduating class of the School of Filmmaking, meaning I started my time here as a student in the fall of 1995, just 2 years after the school opened its doors. I am not great at math because art school, and it doesn't feel real possible to me that our school is 30 years old, School of Filmmaking. I should confess, because I think my wife is watching, I have an absolutely atrocious memory, and I am very bad with the concept of time. In spite of all of that, I'm pretty sure that the math here is clear in that if you were here for these first film classes ever, you, my friend, are very, very young at heart. And Golden Pickles, your hearts are so young, I'm a little worried that you might not be able to buy wine this weekend, so bring your IDs. It is awesome that you're here, though. 50 years, that's impressive. Despite my age and unrelated lack of memory, there are two things that stick out to me about being a student. And one is orientation. The first day on campus, I got all of my stuff into my room and then was led to the dorm building by a student orientation leader who took our group on a quick spin around the campus. And then the tour ended with us standing in a circle and being asked to spell our first names using only our bodies. Specifically, we were to write out the letters using our bottoms, as if they were one of those planes that writes messages in the sky, except much less dignity. I had never been more glad that my name is pretty short. I felt really bad for Ainsley, but she powered through, you know, she's a true pickle. The second thing I remember the most probably is graduation. And if you don't know, you will, because graduation is a bit of an experience at our school. In 1999, Kathy Bates, the titan of acting, was a keynote speaker, and she was awesome. And then the big moment arrived, right? We all lined up and were called one by one to walk across the stage at the Stevens Center and accept our diplomas, become adults, alumni, full pickles, not just those 1/4 spears. One grad was so excited and overwhelmed by the sense of accomplishment that he felt compelled in that moment to drop his pants and moon the entire audience. I don't think my grandmothers had seen another naked butt in like decades, and I'm very glad that they did not die right in that moment. But I think about it a lot as being good chaos, right? It was memorable, and it was unmistakably School of the Arts. I did lie, of course. I do remember a lot more than just those two things, one of which, very important, is that I met and fell in love with my wife, Gretchen Aubin, who was a student in the School of Music. We are now the proud parents of a 10-year-old daughter named Ingrid, and Ingrid just signed up for her first school play. She's going to be a monkey in The Wizard of Oz, and Gretchen is in charge of costuming. So now my job and my house are full of people going crazy over a production that I have nothing to do with. So it's kind of how I like it. Being on set is very, very long. After graduating, I discovered a lot, namely that I wanted to keep learning, I got a secondary degree at another much less exciting and fairly boring school in the Midwest where no butt writing was to be had. And when I returned my attention back to my film work, I found I had something to say and was ready to say it. When I finally had an original screenplay that I believed in with every fiber of my being, I did what so many Pickles have done before and since. I desperately turned to my schoolmates for help. Thankfully, one of them did exactly that. I was given contacts and confidence. And one of those contacts ultimately led to getting me, an utter dork, in the same room with America's freaking sweetheart, Sandra Bullock. Forget writing a movie, I was living one. Not very original, but what does that even mean anymore? I was able to then sell a pitch in 2006 to Warner Brothers for a comedy movie with Miss Blindside herself attached to actually play 2 roles. I wrote a couple drafts of the script, and while I was doing that, she started winning Oscars for movies without fart jokes, and that movie never got made that I wrote. But I was off and running, and there were lots of other pitches sold and passed upon, many, many screenplays written, both with Pickles and on my own, and I've been through 2 strikes as a member of the WGA, and Paramount Plus willing, there won't be a third. My filmography is short, but one I cherish, and especially in part because everything I have worked on that ever got made has some connection back to this school. I know I am far from the only one who has had this experience. And parents of current students, if you're worried about your child's ability to network after they graduate, I have good news, they are already doing it. Our strength as an institution and our reputation as a leading arts conservatory is our alumni. To a very close second extent, it is our faculty. And I couldn't be more proud to now be a member of that group, to work alongside the likes of my own professors, Laura Hart McKinney, Janos Kavasi, Ron Stacker Thompson, Renata Jackson, and Dale Pollock, is the only way I could have done this, because they are the very people who set the high bar for my understanding of what a dedicated, caring, and effective educator and mentor is and continues to be. They showed me how it's done. They still do. And so does everyone on this campus who teaches, assists, serves, and gives. We learn from each other, and I have learned a lot. That said, when first faced with the reality that I was about to be teaching School of the Arts students, it scared the crap out of me, because I knew what they were like me, and nobody wants to be in a room with 16 other me's, especially not me. My first day as an adjunct professor, I was led to my classroom by now Professor Emeritus Ron Stacker Thompson, and I did not even make it into the door before a student quickly approached me in the hallway and uttered the only words known to unite most of the entertainment industry in complete horror and opposition. She said, "Will you read my script?" And in that moment, those emotions and feelings as a student came flooding back very quickly. I knew what it was like to be staring down a deadline. I knew what it was like to be seeking reassurance from absolutely anyone, let alone someone you don't know, that the thing you were about to film, perform, or had created was any good at all. And yes, looking at this student and considering my own appearance at the time, I knew acutely that at least 20-some years had passed since I was in her shoes. I also knew that I had written a story about Cheetos, and this student's script was like Greta Gerwig's entire filmography combined compared to mine as a student. But like most writers and all producers, I had notes. So we had a conversation about them, and I made sure this student understood that ultimately they had to decide what they wanted to say in their story. And some things do change in 30 years, some things don't. And as long as there's art, I don't think the DNA level desire of making that art better is going anywhere, and you can put that in your chat GPT and light it on fire. UNCSA has evolved its buildings, its footprints, and its outreach. We continue to evolve our entire population in the ideas of inclusivity, and empathy, and belonging. We continue to seek diverse, original voices who have traditionally been told their art wasn't as important as others. Seek those who can't afford or don't want to study at a school with George Lucas money. We continue to wear our name on our sleeves and offer an alternative to big city institutions, believing that our students learn more from their proximity to one another and not their proximity to the offices of Paramount Plus. We continue to foster all voices with an understanding that a career in the arts might ultimately not be for everyone, but that everyone can benefit from an education in the arts. As such, let me tell the parents and grandparents who are here probably what they've been very politely and patiently waiting to hear. I do enthusiastically believe your sons and daughters are employable. They will be productive citizens in all kinds of ways and in all types of industries, including but not limited to their art of choice. Alumni, you get to play a part in this, just as you always have. Please make sure the school knows of your current accomplishments in and out of the arts. Make sure the school knows how to reach you. Make sure you know how to reach us, and then do that, please. I very much dislike generalizing any generation, but what I see at UNCSA in 2023 is a group of passionate students who are optimistic about the future and who have had a lot thrown at them that seems unfair. I do not need to list these things because they are all well documented in the great annals of Facebook. Our students want to do the work. They are capable and kind, and they are as talented as any of us ever were, even though you may have heard that that is impossible because of Tide Pods and wokeness and helicopter parents and whatever else we've been told has rendered them inferior to all who ever walked before them. It is simply not the case that they are less than. I promise you they can, will, and do represent the best in us. I see it here every day, and I admire and applaud all that you do for all of them, all on your own, all of the time. I would like to ask that each of you continue to do a little bit more, because I believe that is what each of them will do for us. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for coming, and I hope you enjoy your weekend. Thank you. This is Dean Levine.
Hello, my name is Deborah Levine. I am very proud to say I am the Dean of the School of Filmmaking. I'm a little emotional from this speech. And I want to say thank you, Sean, for your verve, your audacity, your wisdom, your emotion, your passion, your intelligence, and everything you just said and more. So I think you can see why we wouldn't let him go and why we wrangled him back to be a faculty member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have a script, but my heart's so full right now, I don't know if I can stay on task, but I will try. As I said, I am very proud to be the Dean of the School of Filmmaking, but I'm also very proud to be a colleague on this campus. This is a very rich moment. There is a lot of cross-collaboration between the colleges and the high school. There's a lot of wonderful leadership, and of course, we continue to have stellar faculty, stellar students, stellar staff, friends, family, and supporters. So thank you all for being here today. As Sean mentioned, this is a particularly special year for those of us in the School of Filmmaking. We're celebrating 30 years. And of course, I was going to say something about the film industry being at a pivotal moment of evolution and change, but then I think the film industry is always going through a moment of change, and it's always in a new sense of iteration. But it's exciting to watch young artists figure out how to use new technologies, but more importantly, figure out what they want to say, why they want to say it, who they want to say it to. That's, of course, across all art schools, but I am particularly proud of those in the School of Filmmaking. And of course, we stand on the shoulders of many of you who came before. So I have the distinct pleasure of acknowledging several of our alumni from our first inaugural graduating class in 1997. I want to make sure I have your names. If I say them incorrectly, please forgive me. If you are willing and able to stand, I'd love for you to do that so we can acknowledge you. Seth Friedman, welcome back. Are you here? Hello. Randy Gamble. Welcome back. Are there any other class of 1997 from the School of Filmmaking? Welcome back, and welcome to all of you. I sincerely hope you have a wonderful weekend. There's so many exciting activities, screenings, performances, and Randy things that I'm sure are going to happen behind closed doors. So again, thank you. And now I have another distinct honor, and that is to introduce two gentlemen that frankly inspire me and my colleagues routinely. They are very different in style and tone, but they share passion, commitment to the arts, to artists, and none more than those at UNCSA, our Chancellor Brian Cole, and our Provost Patrick Sims.
Thank you, Dean Levine. Thank you again to Sean Harwell. What an amazing speech. Give another round of applause. For his passion and his commitment to UNCSA. And good evening, all of you, our alumni, parents, faculty, staff, students, and friends, everybody that's here on UNCSA campus with us tonight. We're so excited for you to be here, to be a part of this weekend, a weekend that is all about celebrating the arts, celebrating UNCSA and all the people that make UNCSA. UNCSA in its past, its present, and its very, very bright future. For almost 60 years, UNCSA has worked to provide and foster its amazing and I think very solemn mission to provide gifted artists with the experience, the knowledge, and the skills they need to excel in their art forms and excel and thrive in their very extraordinary lives. Our students and alumni and all the people that make this amazing campus, they make the state of North Carolina, they make our society and our country as a whole a much more interesting, a much more prosperous place, prosperous culturally and also prosperous economically. And I feel so honored and privileged to be able to serve as chancellor of this institution, to be connected with this incredibly special place, to work for and with and alongside so many incredible people, so many incredible artists and creative forces in this world. And this weekend, Homecoming 2023 and Parent and Family Weekend is such a wonderful opportunity for everyone, alumni, students, families, and so many others, to see the many ways that we as an institution are building on an incredible tradition of artistic excellence, while also looking to the future with great optimism for what's next. And I am also, like a few people in this audience, I am also a proud pickle parent as well. And I know how vital it is that we all feel connected to UNCSA and invested in this solemn mission of educating and training really remarkable artists. There are more than 600 family members and alumni that are here on campus this weekend. A fantastic reminder of the UNCSA community that extends far outside of these small 74 acres that make up this campus. And that's really, really exciting. So thank you for being here and for everybody that's coming this weekend. And I stand here with a really amazing colleague who's an important partner for me, a really important leader on this campus in helping us do everything we can to achieve that mission. It's our Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost, Patrick J. Sims. Patrick?
Good evening. Thank you, Chancellor Cole. The generations of students who have lived, worked, and learned on this campus have contributed to a rich tradition of artistic excellence. We are honored to host alumni from every decade of our existence as an institution, alongside the students who represent the future of this university and the arts, and more to come. Our campus is truly a special community of artists, and this weekend, we have the joy of celebrating the ways that our community extends through time and space by hosting alumni who have played a vital role in the success of this institution, and their families who have supported and nurtured our current students, contributing to their growth and success as artists and creative innovators. This weekend, members of our leadership team will be around, and we look forward to spending time with you throughout the experience. Tonight, we have a very, very special opportunity to recognize one group of alumni in particular. Chancellor Cole.
Well, with that, could you please help me welcome out our Golden Pickles? So on the occasion of their 50th class reunion, we celebrate the class of 1973, honoring them as Golden Pickles. The 1972-73 academic year took place on a very different campus. The DeMille Theater, why did that get a laugh? Yeah. The DeMille Theater, which if you haven't been there or just for the first time, if you've seen Fall Dance, an incredible performance, the DeMille Theater, Crawford Hall, they weren't even available there. They were under renovation. Performances were taking place in a temporary geodesic dome theater located where now our police department stands. The buildings that now house the School of Design and Production shops and offices, where they were located, at that point, they were still occupied by Triad Mack Truck Sales and Service. And I think really importantly, to put in context, today UNCSA has well over 1,300 students in all of our different disciplines and departments. At that point, UNCSA was home to 351 students. Our physical campus has grown and changed since then, and our programs have expanded, but the amazing innovative spirit, the dedication to artistic excellence that you and your classmates demonstrated 50 years ago, that remains vital parts of our university today, and it remains that way because of trailblazers like you. We are so grateful that you are here and excited to honor you during this milestone anniversary. So I'm going to come over to the middle of the stage, and when Provost Sims reads your names, please step forward and receive your commemorative 50th anniversary Golden Pickle stole, your Golden Pickle pin, which I hope you'll wear proudly throughout the weekend and when you're back at home, and a certificate of honor of this occasion and your many incredible contributions to the arts and society.
Are we ready for that fantastic moment? I said, are we ready for the fantastic moment? No, this is 50 years, folks. Are we ready for the fantastic moment? Up first, for our Golden Pickles class of 1973, Joyce Actor. Martha Chapman. I want to make sure I'm saying this right. Evans Haley? No, Evans is not here, so I guess, well, never mind. Annie Margaret Holtz. Susan Hunt. Catherine Emmerman. Sharon Larocco. Jim Larocco. Daniel Liebman. Catherine Case McManus. And last but not least, David Parker. Will our Golden Pickles class of 1973 please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause. Congratulations, folks. Congratulations.
Thank you all so much, Chancellor Cole and Provost Sims, and congratulations to our Golden Pickles. Thank you also to Sean Harwell and Deborah Levine for your remarks. Alumni are a vital part of the UNCSA community, and we want to continue to build bridges between our university and alumni. Tonight, we are excited to share some wonderful news. Many of you know Robert Beseda, an emeritus faculty member in drama. Robert has been a supporter of our students and alumni for many years. We're delighted to announce that Robert has created a new endowed fund to support alumni communications, events, and outreach activities. Please join us in a round of applause celebrating this generous gift.
Once again, we just want to offer our sincere and heartfelt thanks to every alum. And yes, please sit down. Y'all don't have to stand the whole time. But to every alum and family member that is with us here tonight, we're really just overjoyed to have you here. We have a great weekend planned. I hope you're all going to join us for all the activities. If you have any questions at any time during the weekend, please look for people in the green t-shirts. You've probably seen some here today. If you see any of them, just ask them your questions and they will be able to point you in the right direction. And now we would just like to invite everybody to join us out in the lobby for a champagne toast so that we may toast our Golden Pickles and our 2023 homecoming. Thank you so much and have a great evening.